9 things smart men should never do with women. And the psychology behind them. Ending a relationship, or deciding whether to keep one, is one of the most emotionally charged decisions a man can make. Too often, men let emotions, attraction, or cultural conditioning cloud their judgment, leading them to compromise their dignity, self-respect, and long-term happiness. In this article, we'll break down 9 destructive behaviors that erode a man's power in relationships, and explain from a psychological and relational perspective why avoiding them isn't just about dating strategy, but about protecting your self-worth, emotional balance, and future. 1. Putting a woman on a pedestal and prioritizing her over your purpose. When a man makes a woman the center of his universe, he unknowingly triggers a loss of respect. From an evolutionary standpoint, women are drawn to men who project competence, independence, and direction. A man who abandons his mission for constant attention risks becoming predictable, overly available, and uninteresting. Key insight: respect precedes attraction. If she sees you as a man with a strong purpose, and she's simply a valued complement to your life, her attraction deepens. But if you orbit her like a satellite, you lose your gravitational pull. Practical rule: keep building your career, health, and skills. The right woman will support your goals, not compete with them. 2. Trying to impress her with money. Money can buy compliance, but not authentic desire. Flashing cash attracts women who value resources over character, creating a dynamic where you're an ATM rather than a partner. This is dangerous because once the financial faucet stops flowing, so does her interest. The deeper issue, leading with money, signals insecurity. High value. Women want men who can provide stability, but are primarily drawn to emotional strength, leadership, and self-respect. Test if she's equally happy grabbing street food with you as she is dining at a 5-star restaurant. You're dealing with genuine interest. 3. Chasing her attention. The more you chase, the more you communicate that you lack options. From a social psychology standpoint, humans value what appears scarce. If you're always available, texting first and over-prioritizing her, you send the message, "No one else wants me." The paradox: women often respond more positively when given space to invest back. A confident man lets her wonder about him rather than smothering her with attention. Remember, value your time and energy. Scarcity breeds value. Value your time. Don't be constantly available. Value your energy. Don't over-prioritize her. Scarcity breeds value. Let her wonder about you. 4. Being afraid to walk away. A man who tolerates disrespect teaches others how to treat him. Women, consciously or unconsciously, test boundaries to measure a man's strength. If she gets away with flaking, belittling, or manipulating you, the precedent is set. You're safe to walk over. Why this matters: in evolutionary psychology, a man's ability to enforce boundaries signals competence and protectiveness, 2 traits deeply tied to attraction. Rule: call out disrespect once. If it continues, leave calmly and without drama. 5. Oversharing feelings too soon. Emotional openness is healthy, but premature emotional dumping shifts her into mother mode, which suppresses romantic attraction. Women are drawn to emotional security, not emotional instability. Sharing vulnerabilities is powerful. Only after you've established yourself as capable and grounded. Psychological reason. Attraction is fueled by polarity. Too much emotional neediness collapses that polarity, turning her into a caretaker rather than a lover. Strategy. Share selectively and gradually, maintaining emotional discipline. Emotional discipline is key to maintaining attraction. 6. Letting her control the relationship. If she is making all the decisions, you've given up leadership. While some women enjoy taking charge in certain areas, deep down, most prefer a man who can guide, decide, and protect. When you constantly defer, where should we go? You shift her into decision fatigue and mother mode. Impact. Without masculine leadership, she struggles to relax into her feminine, which is key to sustaining attraction. Solution. Make plans, initiate conversations, and lead with consideration for her input, not dependence on it. Make plans. Take initiative in planning activities. Initiate conversations. Lead discussions and topics. Lead with consideration. Guide while valuing her input. 7. Apologizing for being a man. Modern culture sometimes pushes men to suppress their natural masculine traits to avoid offense. But overly softening yourself kills attraction. Women may say they want ultra-agreeable men, but biologically, desire is sparked by confidence, assertiveness, and decisiveness. Important note: masculinity isn't aggression, it's owning your identity, speaking your truth, and setting boundaries without shame. Self-check. If you find yourself avoiding conflict or constantly saying whatever you want, you may be self-erasing. A slow death for attraction. 8. Ignoring red flags because she's hot. Attraction to beauty is natural, but lust can blind judgment. If she's rude, dishonest, or irresponsible, her looks won't protect you from future misery. Ignoring bad behavior for the sake of physical attraction is a fast track to a toxic, draining relationship. Psychological trap. Men often rationalize, thinking they can fix her or that the trade-off is worth it. It rarely is. Rule. Character over chemistry. Every time. Character. Honesty. Responsibility. Kindness. Chemistry. Physical attraction. Initial spark. Emotional intensity. 9. Letting her weaponize sex. Sex is a powerful form of influence, and in unhealthy dynamics, it becomes a tool of control. If intimacy is given or withheld as a reward or punishment, you're being conditioned to comply. Over time, this erodes your confidence and self-respect. Why this works on men. Sexual deprivation triggers both emotional discomfort and biological frustration, making it easier for manipulative partners to extract compliance. Solution. Never compromise your principles for access to sex. If manipulation occurs, address it directly, or walk. Do not compromise your principles for sex. Address manipulation directly. Final takeaway. All 9 of these pitfalls share a common thread: loss of self-respect. The most attractive, fulfilling relationships are built when both partners mutually respect, value, and support each other, not when one person compromises their identity to please the other. Remember, your mission comes first. Respect yourself enough to walk away. Lead with character, not cash. Value your peace more than your desire. When you live by these principles, you won't just attract higher quality relationships, you'll keep them. And if a relationship ends, you'll walk away with your dignity intact.